Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Renee. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate you being here. Today I'm just getting ready for work and I pulled out this Disney Princess eyeshadow palette that I got in a Busy Beauty Customs PR box. It just says Disney Princess Cinderella. I'm not sure what company this is, but anyways, this is what we're going to get into today. So stick around. I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, what time is it right now? 5:56, so I got about 30-40 minutes to get ready. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. There's like a little mirror right here. It's pretty, and the pans are huge. Like, I will probably never pan this, although it looks like I've gotten into it pretty good. All right, let's see. What shade do I want to start with? I was supposed to pick my son up from Seattle, and I get up there. He's like, I don't want to go home yet. Like, you could have told me that before I drove all the freaking way up here, dude. He's like, I told you I would text you. Yeah, and I texted him and I told him, I said, I said in the text, I'll head up there at 2. And he never messaged me back and said anything. So I set my alarm and I got up and I started heading up that way. And then when I got up there, he's like, I'm not ready to go home yet. Junior, I have to work. Why would you do this to me? You should have texted me and let me know. So anyways, I told him he needs to come home today though, because he's got a meeting tomorrow that he needs to be to, and it's early in the day, and he can't miss it. He just can't miss it. So I told him he can't stay out again. You know what I mean? Like, you need to come home today so you can get some sleep and get up to go to the meeting, because I've already arranged for him to have a ride. You know what I mean? So this is Bibbidi. That's funny. Bibbidi. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. It's been a while since I used this palette, so it needed to be pulled out. I got all my March palettes stocked up there, and now I've got all my April palettes are starting to build up, and this way I won't like double use palettes, you know what I mean? And I can kind of get through my collection this way and see if I like something or not. This isn't a bad palette, I don't think. I mean, it looks like it's laying down pretty good, except for my like crinkly eyes with all their skin like moving around and the lines and stuff. Ugh, I hate getting older. I really do. I mean, I like getting older, but it's just like what happens to your like skin and stuff. It just shucks. I wish you could stay just looking a little bit younger for a little bit longer. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyways, let's go into Boo. This whole row is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. That's so funny. I was watching... Oh no, there's fallout. Maybe I shouldn't have done my... Maybe I shouldn't have done my base first. Well, maybe I should tap off the brush. That would probably help. So I did a video on TikTok kind of talking about this because, like, I pay attention. I watch different things and I listen to different people and I kind of hear what they say and what they talk about. And, like, you know, if I can relate, I can relate. There's, like, I mean, I can't help who I relate to about certain things. And so, Michaela had posted a video. I can't remember when, last week sometime, she had posted a video talking about what's been going on in her life over the past year and how her husband relapsed and he was in rehab. And of course, everybody's got their opinions, right? So one of the opinions was they were talking crap that she was using her new products in the video. Well, she was doing a get ready with me, and if that's a part of her routine, why wouldn't she use her products? I mean, she used a lot of other stuff too. I just don't, people, when they don't like somebody so much that they have to pick apart everything that they do, there's a problem. There's a big problem. I've known people with addiction issues. I lost my sister because of an addiction issue. So I related to that very much. You know what I mean? And she's, lucky that he's getting the help that he needs and that he's alive. And I don't know why people want to focus on the negative that they can tear apart about it instead of focusing on the positive, because you know what, sharing that story might help somebody. And I was listening to Peter Mon, and he comes from someone who has had addiction, and who's been clean and sober for what, 30 years, over 30 years, and so he kind of said the same thing, like, it doesn't matter what she does. People who don't like her are going to pick apart every aspect of it. They're like, it's not her story to tell. And I agree with Peter when he was like, it is her story because it involves her. It's her life. You know what I mean? And he gave her permission to share it. So it's her story too. It's not just his story. It's her story too. And she has a right to share how it's affecting her. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine what she went through all last year. You know what I mean? Dealing with that. My ex went through a phase of addiction for a while, and he was not a very nice person. I mean, he could be a jerk sober, but when you get substances in him, whether it's drugs or alcohol, was even worse. Let's just say that. He was even worse. He just wasn't a very nice person, so it was very difficult. And then being strong enough to ask them to leave or tell them that it's over, because that's what I had to do with my ex. I went to my sister's house and I was crying to her about it, and she's like, Renee, you gotta stop it. You know what I mean? You gotta tell him. So she gave me some paper and a pen, and I wrote a long letter. I went over to the duplex we were living in at the time. I think it was in the summertime or something like that, because he was parked in front and his window was rolled down. So I drove up, I got out of my car, I put the letter on the front seat, and then I went back to my sister's house. And that day he was blowing up my phone, because I basically told him, I can't do this. I can't do this, because we had been dealing with it for like a few months, and my grandfather had just passed away, and I was back east visiting my family for like 3 weeks, and he just went nuts, dude. Like, spending money and just partying and stuff. Like, I don't even know everything that happened while I was gone, and I probably never will. I probably don't want to know. but he would leave things around the house and then he would blame it on somebody else because he let a friend of his park a trailer on our property at the duplex we were living at and live out there. And he was really bad into the substances, and so he's the one that kind of got Sean back into it, you know, like he was like, one day let's do it, and Sean was like, okay, and did it. And you know, it was, I don't know, it was just a bad time, a really bad time. So I know the struggle, and regardless of how successful she is, how much money she has, what she's done in her past, it doesn't matter when it comes down to this, because you can still, you know, suffer. And there's people that are like wishing it on her and saying that, well, I would use too if I was married to her. Like, you don't even know her. You know what's online. That's it. You don't know her as a person, so you're going to judge her based on stuff online. She could probably be a really nice person, and you know what I'm saying? Like, has she made poor decisions? Yes, we all have made poor decisions in our life. So that was, so we got Bibbidi in the crease. We got Boo in the crease and on the outer V. I used Bobbity on the lid. And now I'm going into Glass Slipper to put on the inner part here. But you can't, I don't know. I just think it's sad that people are like, well, I don't like her. Well, you don't know her. You don't know her. You know what you see online. You know what you hear from other people's opinions. Yeah, she did some shady shit, but geez Louise, man. You know, give a girl a break. Just once in a while, you know? Like, just because people are rich and famous or whatever doesn't mean that they can't have struggles too. And just because they've made some poor decisions doesn't mean that they deserve these terrible things to happen to them. And for people to wish something like that is just crazy. Like, what kind of a person are you to wish harm on somebody else? Or to talk about somebody like that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. And then, like, there was this whole thing with Trisha Paytas. Like, Michaela's got tickets to go to her show in Boston, and she didn't know if she should go because on Trisha's podcast, they were kind of talking about the situation. And I watched clips from it, and it didn't seem like they, like, said anything bad. I mean, they were just kind of talking about the video and how, basically what other people are saying. I think that if you're comfortable doing makeup and that's your happy place and you're trying to share something that's really difficult, why wouldn't you do something that makes you feel comfortable, that puts you at ease? And doing makeup is her comfort zone. So if you're sharing something really hard, you want to do something that, like, puts you in a better headspace to share it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like people are way too freaking judgy. I'm going back into Bobbity. Like, whether you like her or not, I get it. I understand. People don't trust her. I don't buy stuff based on, like, if somebody uses something and it looks of interest, I'll probably want to get it. But, like, do I put all my faith into anybody and everybody? This has a lot of kick up. That share stuff? No. It might, like, I might want to try it out. But I also don't, damn it, there's a lot of fallout. I don't take everything that everybody says as a holy grail, you know, because they might like it, but that doesn't mean that it's going to work for me. You know what I mean? We got different ages, different skin types. I mean, for goodness sake, she's only, what, 26 years old? She's super young. And then she blew up overnight. And then all of a sudden you've got, you know, all this success. It's got to be a lot, you know, and I don't know if she's got like a team of people that work with her, or, you know, if she does all her business stuff herself, or if she's hired people to help her out, you know. I mean, it's got to be a lot of pressure, and keeping things straight and remembering what you got to do. And I don't know. It's just, I think it would be a lot. I don't know that if I blew up overnight, if I, like, how I would handle it, you know what I mean? And I would probably make mistakes and poor decisions as I'm learning and growing, you know? But people deserve chances, you know what I mean? Like, and I know people say that she keeps making mistakes, and, you know, sometimes it takes a few mistakes to really learn your lesson, you know? But the thing about it is I look at some of the influencers and the stuff that they've done and said in their past that still have platforms that are really huge. And I was talking about Trisha Paytas. She had made a video, like, because Michaela had done on her stories, like, saying, I don't know if I should go, because when they were talking about it, they were just kind of sharing the information. And so she kind of took it as they didn't like her. And so she really likes Trisha Paytas and has been a fan for a lot of years. And so it kind of hurt her feelings a little bit. And so she was like, I don't know if I should go to the show. But Trisha put up a video, and she was talking about how, like, the stuff that she's done is, like, not saying it's not that bad, but compared to what some other influencers have done, it's like, it really does pale in comparison. Like, people talking to underage people online, and, like, I mean, I'm not saying that using false lashes and saying it's the mascara isn't bad, but talking to minors online and trying to hook up with them when you're an adult, I think the lashes pale a lot in comparison. Just saying. Just saying. And I know that people are supposed to disclose, but I guess because I do videos and I know how it works when it comes to, like, ads and stuff like that. Like, I just assume not everything is an ad, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how to explain things. Like, I don't buy things just because somebody says something. If it looks interesting, I'll get it. But if it doesn't, then whatever. Like, I'm not going to buy it just because they say they love it, because we're different people. She's 26 and I'm 52. It might work for her and not for me, because we're lots of years apart. You know what I mean? Her skin's a lot different than mine. I have more normal skin. She has dry skin. She has young, you know, tight skin, and mine is starting to get loose and droopy and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and I have more normal skin. It's not really dry. It's not really oily. So, you know, I can't take what everybody says is holy grail. You know what I mean? And same with you. Like, if it looks interesting and you want to try it, then try it. But you shouldn't really be listening to, I mean, I guess there's some people that you can trust more than others, but still, again, they could say something is amazing and you get it and you're going to be all PO'd because it doesn't work for you. Well, you're different people, different skin types, different ages. So, sorry if it doesn't work for you, you know? And I think some makeup you can actually return if you don't like it. Is it Ulta or Sephora, where if something doesn't work for you, you can take it back in? This is that CoverGirl. I still don't know if I like it, but I'm still going to try it because maybe it'll dry out a little bit. Anyways, I don't know, you guys. I just, like, I really felt for her in that video because I've been there. I know what it's like. My sister was an addict. My ex-husband was an addict, is an addict. You know what I mean? I lost my sister to it. So I come from I come at it from a different perspective because I've been there. I've struggled through it. I've lived with it and I understand it. And so I have a little more compassion. And maybe if you haven't had somebody with an addiction in your life and had to suffer through that, you don't come at it from that way. You're only looking at, well, she lies and she doesn't do this and she doesn't do that. And we're going to judge, and have no compassion at all for somebody going through a tough time. That's crazy to me. Somebody can make mistakes and you cannot trust them, and you can still have compassion for them when they go through something hard. And if you don't, then what does that say about you? You want people to understand you and be compassionate to you when you're struggling, but you don't want to return that same favor? I'm sure you've made mistakes in your life too. I've made mistakes in my life. But my whole life hasn't been on the internet for everybody to pick apart every little thing that I do. No matter what I do, no matter what I say. She could have done a video not doing her makeup and people would have made judgment calls. She does a video doing her makeup because that's her comfort zone. That's what she does. That's what she's always done. That's how she grew big, is doing her makeup. So that's what she was doing. And people are judging that. People are judging her if she doesn't share it. People are judging her if she does share it. Like, you can't win. You just can't win. If you don't like her, then walk away. Don't watch anything. Leave her alone. You know what I mean? Don't like her. You don't have to like her. But if you're not going to like her and then something happens like this and all you're going to do is pass judgment and pick it apart, then leave her alone. Move on and don't watch her. Don't buy her stuff. Don't buy stuff that she suggests. It's that simple. You don't need to go online and make videos tearing the poor girl apart. I can't even imagine what my life would be like if I was online and I had somebody posting a video about me every single damn day, talking about every little aspect of my life and, making assumptions about what's going on in my life. Like, I would probably be a blubbering freaking mess every single day. And then if, him being in rehab and getting better and she goes there and people know who she is, and then they end up doing a video and say, oh my God, I saw Michaela and she was going to rehab and that's where Cody is. Like, why would you allow other people to share your story and what's going on in your life? Wouldn't you want to be the one to share it? Just food for thought. Anyways, I'm going to get off. I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and do my hair and everything. And I will come back with the final look when I'm done. Alrighty, guys. This is the look. I got to fix my lips. This is a Gourmande Cosmetics. I couldn't remember last time I used it. I was like, GC. And then I was thinking about it the other day and I'm like, duh, Renee. Gourmande Cosmetics. I don't like the way it sharpens though. It doesn't sharpen very well. So that I don't like about it. But it is a nice lip liner. I do like it. And it goes really great with my Wayne Goss lip gloss. So anyways, I just want to leave you with this. People make mistakes in life. People can change. But people don't deserve to have that kind of hate. There's some really bad people in this world. Really bad people. So even though she makes mistakes sometimes, when she's going through a rough time, maybe you could just have a little compassion and cut her a break. Because I know what it's like to have people judge me when I'm going through a hard time and expect me to deal with it in a certain way. Well, everybody's different. Everybody handles things in their own way and they have to get through it in their own way. And just because their way isn't your way doesn't mean it's the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So every once in a while, just have a little bit of compassion and a little bit of understanding, and maybe just take a step back for just a few days and give somebody a break while they kind of transition through what they're going through. You know what I mean? You don't have to like keep going at them. You can take a step back, you know, just for a couple days, and give somebody a little break where you're not like tearing them apart so much. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it just kind of bugged me. You know what I mean? I watched her video and I understood her, and then seeing everybody just tear it apart instead of, too many people focus on negative these days. Too many people focus on negative. Sometimes you have to look at a situation. My hair's all over the place. Sometimes you have to look at a situation, take a step back, think about it, and maybe try and find just a little bit of positive in the situation. You know what I mean? Because I think those people that try and find a little bit of positive in every situation would be a lot happier. That's just my thoughts. I try to focus on the positive and not the negative. Because there's negatives in everything. Every decision that everybody makes can go this way or this way. It can go the wrong way or the right way. Even if you're trying to do the right thing, it could go way south. You know what I mean? When you're trying to go north and you end up going the whole other direction when you weren't meaning to. You know what I mean? Shit happens. And sometimes if somebody's strong enough to pick themselves up and keep moving, even when they got beat down so hard, don't you think they deserve a little bit of credit? I don't know. Just my opinion. Food for thought. Anyways, I gotta go because I should be walking out the door right now. I love you all so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you'll subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, you'll want to join the family, Nene's Glam Squad. We got over 1,600. We're at 1,602. So we're just going to watch and see how it goes, and hopefully we'll have a little surprise coming up soon. But anyways, if you're new and you enjoy this kind of stuff and a lot of other things, I hope that you will join the family. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you turn the notification bell all the way up to all. That way you can get notified. Well, hopefully get notified anytime I make a new upload. Give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Say hi. Let me know that you stopped by. And with that being said, I hope I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.